What's up, y'all? You're watching Urban Adventures. I'm William. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys everything I carry in my camera bag on vlogs and video shoots in 2024. It's been almost a year since I put out any videos regarding my reflections on vlogging in general and the kit I carry on me for these video shoots. But yeah, let's get to it. I'm ready to go. Folks at home, if you're ready to go, let's roll. So the first thing I want to show you that it was a significant change in what I'm carrying around is the bag itself. Like when I first started, I just wanted to get something that looked cool and made myself look more professional than I actually was. It was also very bulky and cumbersome, and this was the bag I carried around. It's really fancy. There's a bunch of compartments inside that form fit your kit, your camera, your lenses, and all that stuff. And you know, there's these side pockets where you can access the camera without opening up the main compartment, and everything that it needed to do, it did, you know, but it just was more than what I needed. You know, if you're trying to be discreet, that's not the right answer. I've evolved to this fanny pack looking deal by Hex. This is the Hex Ranger Mini. This fits like a shoulder strap bag. It fits 95% of everything I need right in this bag. It definitely doesn't scream camera bag as much as that black Brevite bag that Brevity, or that's how you pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's Brevity or Brevite, but yeah, the form factor is much smaller and it's much more convenient. It just works. When I travel, it's over my shoulder. I can get through security pretty quickly, and it just works. But yeah, here's what I'm carrying everything in. There's even like a compartment underneath to carry the tripod that I'm using, which I have it on the camera right now, so I can't show you guys except through B-roll. I'm gonna go through the accessories first before I go through like the camera and lens that I'm using. So the tripod that I'm using, it's one by Small Rig. It's made all out of metal. It doesn't break the bank. I think I paid like $40 for it, and it does everything I want it to do. It works really well. The only modification I did have to do is that the screw that it attaches on the base plate to the bottom of the camera, it was a Allen head screw, and it came with an Allen key, but the hex head, it just wears out, and if you keep tightening it, it'll strip. And what I did was I replaced it with a wing nut from Small Rig, you know, but I had to buy that separate. That's the only modification I made, but for the price, the Small Rig, I don't know which exact model it is. I'll put it in the description below, but it's really high quality. The fluid head is really dampened. It feels really professional. Moving on to the next piece of kit. What else do I carry in the camera bag? I carry at least 2 spare batteries besides the one that's in the camera with me, and this is kind of overkill because these are the big Z-type batteries, and I mean, I've shot on one of these pretty much all day. Why I carry 2 extra ones with me, I don't know. Moving on to the next piece of kit, which is my microphone system. The microphone system that I really like using is the Rode Wireless Go 2. It comes with two of the transmitters, these little guys right here. Let me see if you can get that in focus. Let me cover my face. There we go. I think that's in focus. And it comes with one of these transmitters that mounts on top of the camera. I know there's a Rode Wireless Generation 3 system out, but I mean, I honestly don't know the difference between what, you know, the amenities between that and the Generation 2. You know, I can't remember how much I paid. I think I paid like $200 or $300 for the system, and it's really clear. The range is kind of like overkill, really. I haven't tested how far it actually goes out, but I want to say it can go like 200 feet out and it'll still like receive. Another thing with the Rode Wireless Go 2 system, it does not come with a lavalier mic. So these like little transmitters right here, they're also built-in microphones too. They clip on your lapel or collar, and they're not like massive, but they do kind of like flare out your shirt and stuff. So if you want to look a little bit more discreet, these lavalier mics, it's the way to do it. I forget how much these were. These were actually not that cheap. These were like 60 or 70 bucks for a pair. Right now, obviously I'm not using the system. I'm using my Deity shotgun mic, Deity V3 Mic Pro, I think that's what it's called. But that's what I used the Deity for, I don't know, like 7 or 8 months before I got this wireless system. All right, on to the juicy stuff. What am I using for camera? It's the A6100. I've been using this thing exclusively for vlogging for since a year ago. Like I got it used on Craigslist in December of last year, or in December of 2022. I paid $900 for it used, and I'm pretty sure you can find it for much less than that now. But I mean, this thing, before that I had the A6100, which is what I'm shooting on now, and that just goes to show you don't need a camera that has all the bells and whistles to put out decent quality 4K content. This thing does everything I needed to do. There's in-body image stabilization. The frame is really durable. It's made out of cast aluminum or cast magnesium. It's pretty durable. I wouldn't drop it on the ground repetitively or anything like that, but it can take some shock. It's weather sealed. That's another important thing. It can do picture profiles. It has S-Log 2.3, but I don't recommend doing trying to shoot S-Log 2 or 3 on 8-bit camera. So what I use this for mostly in picture profiles is hybrid log gamma, or HLG 1, 2, and 3, and it's able to pull out useful dynamic range to where it looks cinematic. You can put a LUT on top of it, and you can kind of stretch out the shadows, highlights, and some other colors, you know, and it's been working for me. It has limitations, you know. It can't do, I think it can only do 4K 60 at 30 frames per second. There is a crop factor, but I mean, it's been working. You know, I've been able to get a little bit of slow-mo footage by using 30 frames per second opposed to 24 frames per second, which most people shoot their content on 24 frames per second. You know, it makes it look the similar motion blur as movies, basically. And now for the last piece of kit that I like to use, the lens. I'm using the Sony 16 to 55 millimeter f2.8. Yeah, this is a G lens. Man, this thing is freaking awesome. You know, for the focal range 16 to 55, I've only had to carry this one lens traveling, doing all kinds of stuff, stills, videos. You can even get up close and try to do some macros. It has good shallow depth of field. You can get the blurry background, the bokeh as you call it. It is built to last. It's made out of metal. The lens body is made out of aluminum. The zoom action is really smooth. It feels really professional, and there's some weight to it. That's another big thing too. When you get a camera and lens combo, you want it to have some weight to reduce a lot of the jitters and shock. You know, I know people harp on like IBIS and OSS, optical steady shot, in the lens itself, but I mean, both of those things, they're gonna do okay for little hand jitters, but they're not gonna take any kind of like really hard shock. You know, if you want to get run and gun shooting while you're moving dynamic, you need to put it on a gimbal. And I say that because you can pretty much, if you're really moving hard and there's substantial amount of shock, this A6100 that I'm shooting on, it's gonna do about as well as this is if you're running without a gimbal. And you put both of them on a gimbal, you likely won't be able to tell the difference between which one has IBIS and which one doesn't, really. Check this out. This is a beauty. I really love the way this thing looks, and you know, everything about this lens. It was kind of pricey. The lenses generally hold their value much better than camera bodies. Camera bodies usually come out, at least from Sony, like every 2 or 3 years. And one, just the previous generation just like degrades in value. But the same cannot be said about lenses. The lens costs about retail just about as much as the A6600 did, about $1,400 retail, and this lens still sells brand new MSRP retail, about $13.99. The A6100 in 2024 January, you can probably find it used for like $1,100 or $1,200, or no, brand new for $1,100, $1,200. But this one, I bought it used off of Adorama, maybe like 10 months ago. I bought it in March of 2023. I paid $900 for it shipped, and you can probably get it used in decent condition on Craigslist, you know, any third-party site. You can probably get this for like $800. I think if you were only going to get one zoom lens to, you know, say this is only zoom lens I'm going to purchase for doing travel vlogs, stills, I would strongly suggest this one. This is the last lens I've had on my A6100 for the good portion of a year, like almost 10 or 11 months, and I swear by this one. It is kind of pricey, but it'll be worth its weight in gold when you don't have to swap lenses or do much to it. That's everything that's in my my kit bag, and I hope you guys found this useful. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Urban Adventures. Hope you guys had tons of fun checking out what's in my camera bag in 2024. If you guys enjoyed the content today, please subscribe, like, comment, share with people you know. I'll leave links to everything that I showed you in my camera bag below. As always, support local business, take care of each other, but most importantly, take care of yourselves. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Mad love guys, more to come.